Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week on Magnet Marketers, where we're here to bring you tips on how you can become a magnet with your market being a bullhorn. I'm your host, Jessica Phillips with Now Marketing Group and Relationship System, here to bring you tips to build those long-lasting relationships with your ideal audience. And my co-host is back, whoop whoop, Mike Gingrich of Digital Hill, president, co-founder of the popular app Tabsite and the popular podcast Halftime Mike. So welcome back, Mike.
Thank you, Jessica. Good to be here with everybody.
All right. I'm really excited about today's topic. I know this is going to go super fast. So I know we're going to go through a lot of apps because this is our favorite, well, at least one of my favorites, is going through all these tools that help us do what we do even better. But apps to help you rock the scene, social scene in 2016. And I had to try to limit even down my list, but we'll go through these. We'll talk about the site first that we're mentioning and the apps that we love to help us with that site to make it just kicked up a notch.
Right.
And from there, we will follow up with a link where you can get all of these sites that we're mentioning and tools so you can download them out, try them out for yourself, and then tell us which ones we missed or skipped, because I'm sure there's several that are out there that everybody finds that they love their own tools. So are you ready to dig in?
Do it.
Let's do it. Boop, boop. And if you guys would, feel free to tell a little bird, share this. I'm sure we'll provide some great apps that maybe you haven't heard of or friends haven't heard of, and they'd like to hear about them too.
That's right.
So please tell a bird. Or what do they say for Facebook? Tell your grandma.
Right.
Tell your grandma. Tell your sister, brother, friend, whatever. But all right, let's dive into first. Let's go to Twitter apps. Okay, I feel like Twitter's, gaining even more storm as we go. But what is one of your favorite Twitter apps, and what does it do?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just start with the basics and say that I really still like Hootsuite as a Twitter app, and desktop, and it's on my iPhone. But basically, just the capability, particularly with the Apple, the iPhone app, just to be able to monitor things along the way and to do a quick reply message, and to monitor different social accounts, different Twitter accounts, and to stay in touch with those, and to be able to get quick responses while on the go. So that's a starting point. I'll let you back to you.
I love Hootsuite as well. For managing and monitoring, I'm a Sprout Social girl myself. I really love Sprout Social because of the reports that they provide. They're very pretty, very detailed, and very easy to understand if you're passing them along to clients. So for managing, scheduling, and reporting, I love Sprout Social for that.
Yep.
Next Twitter app.
Yeah, another one that is a go-to for me is Buffer. And now, a lot of people think that it's similar. I mean, it is similar. So what do I like? I like on the iPhone app that they can give me suggestions. Okay, so that's another value-added tool there. And they often have some good quotes in the suggestions, and I like that for Twitter. So it's helping me to kind of think through some content and to be able to share that. And so on the desktop as well, I like the opportunities to schedule in batches in my Buffer, so to kind of set some key times out there. And so I use that. There's like a baseline of information that I want to get out there. I want to make sure that I'm getting some of my content that I posted out there, and so I can get that in the queue at the right time. And then, obviously, then I do, live engagement in between. So I do that a lot with the Hootsuite app, some of the live engagement, and I do some of the scheduling with Buffer. I know you can do scheduling with Hootsuite as well. I just prefer Buffer.
Yeah, that's awesome. My new favorite with Twitter, and I just discovered this actually within the past 3 months, is Twitter Jukebox. Tweet Jukebox, Twitter Jukebox. I think it's Twitter Jukebox. Yeah. Okay. So what this allows you to do is you can upload your tweets all into one jukebox, if you will. You can also follow other people's jukeboxes, which are their tweets and things that they're putting out.
Okay.
But the magic of this comes from, it allows you to, let's say, upload 365 days of maybe your blog post that you want to get out right? You can upload that as one jukebox and have it magically go out and republish in 365 more days, the same stuff. You can see which ones worked really, really well and reschedule them and have them play more, hence the name jukebox. And then you can follow other people's jukeboxes that are doing really well with a lot of plays and clicks and have that go out. So you can literally manage all of your evergreen content within jukeboxes to have it make sure that it always goes out and the articles that people love are going out more often. So you can put the other, entries into it, the description before your link. So those of us that like to repurpose blogs and put them out multiple times with just slightly different headlines to kind of do an A/B split test, that allows you to do it, which is awesome. And it's really low cost and really, really efficient. If you love quotes, they also have a free version of it where you can get those quotes on autoplay, which are very, very nice. So I really love that new app, and starting to use it quite frequently now and finding great success. So that's my favorite. Any more for you for Twitter? I know there's lots, but
yeah. I mean, I also use Post Planner, and so that they rolled out with Twitter. I want to say last spring, late winter, something like that, in 2015. And so I also do use Post Planner in that regard. And again, Post Planner, the value of Post Planner is that it helps me generate and see quality content already. So, with their search features, I can search Instagram images, I can search by keyword images, I can search Facebook pages, and I can find quality content, quality images, things that have worked for others, and have the opportunity to share those. I can also, a little bit similar to Tweet Jukebox, is that what it was called?
Yeah.
In the sense that, I can see what's been performing, and I can put things into a requeue so that if that's worked, I can, send that one out again a month later. And it allows me to do some of those pieces of split testing as well. So I do like Post Planner as well.
That one's awesome. I use that a lot for Facebook. That's one of my Facebook ones. So dual purpose there.
Yeah.
Okay, so two of my other favorites I'm going to mention just quickly because I know there's a lot for Twitter. But okay, so one, Twubs, TWUBS.com, and I put it in the comments there. I love that for registering your hashtag. So if you have a hashtag, you register it on Twubs, and it allows you to give that hashtag a definition or a meaning. So if people are searching for things online, they can understand what your hashtag stands for. And it's kind of your way of claiming your stake that short hashtag. So I use that quite a bit. And it also provides more information about that hashtag when you register it on that site. Then people can go find out where they can find out more information around that topic. So
hey, Jessica,
website, video, that kind of.
A question quick to the audience, because I'm hearing a little static, and I don't know if it's just me,
Is it me?
Or if your mic is doing that. Is anyone else hearing that static? Do you hear it both ways? Just to. And Lori, is it when I talk, do you hear it as well?
Is it better now?
Yeah, okay, only Jessica's side. So go give me a test on what you got now, Jessica.
Better?
That is, yeah.
Now I can't hear you. So hold on.
You can't hear me?
Is that better?
Yes, can you hear me?
Now I got to refresh. I can't hear you.
Can't hear me? All right, so she's coming back in. Too soft. All right, we'll see what we can get when she comes back in. I've seen it before, and usually a refresh does wonders on Blab.
Is that better?
Absolutely. And can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, there we go.
Thank you for letting me know.
Lori says yay. Jed said he's here, so we're ready to press on. I'm sorry, but I thought we'd better take care of that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I hate it when that happens because you have no idea, and then you listen to playback like, dang it. That did not sound awesome. So thank you guys for giving me a heads up on that. I was saying about Twubs. I don't know if you heard of that. That's registering the hashtag, and you can give your hashtag meaning then and kind of claim your stake on it. And then also I love Mike, you're frozen. Am I frozen?
Oh.
Okay.
I'm moving.
Okay. Twubs, I was saying, and then Communit. If you can see Okay, you got it? All right, Communit allows you to see the influence of your followers and the people that are in your community. So Communit allows you to like build influence with your community and see who's also influential in your community.
Yep. And I think I like that it can help kind of just acknowledge them. Hey, top people in my community this past week were, thank you for that. So there's an app mentioned. So I like some of those pieces.
Yeah, awesome. We'll mention some more of our favorites on Twitter, but we'll move on to the next one so we can get through our list here. So let's move on to Instagram. Mike, what's your favorites for Instagram?
Yeah, so when I use Instagram, I mean, I'm largely going to use it on a mobile device, and so for me, Flipagram is one that I like, just to be able to create different stories that way. I think that their new layout is a addition that's a helpful app. That's even by Instagram themselves. And just for fun, I use the hyperlapse as well. So that's a quick smattering of layout, and hyperlapse are by Instagram. I like those. Flipagram is not, and but that one gives me kind of the capability to put together images into a quick video.
Yeah, I like that one. I also love WordSwag. If you haven't checked it out, you have something cool that you want to post, you can put your own image in and then do your text layout with it. So WordSwag allows you to do that. I'm a huge WordSwag user. I also like Aviary to touch up those photos, make them stand out a little bit nicer, and Repost. Those are three of my favorites.
I use Repost and definitely WordSwag. That one's, I was going to let you get the thunder on that one, but it's just an awesome one that's, you just can't beat it for giving the ability to add a quote to an image, use your own, add branding, all those pieces. So that's just great.
It's a cool way too, not only just for Instagram, but I use WordSwag for all kinds of tools like Facebook. I put it on there. You can use it for, Pinterest. You can use it also to, make even your blog images. I mean, if you have the smaller images in there, you can use WordSwag across the board. It is amazing.
Yep. Now, I will mention again, with the growth of Instagram monitoring and even third-party scheduling tools are coming into the fray. So with the Agorapulse, I can do some monitoring with Instagram, and with Hootsuite, I can now start doing some scheduling as well. So, some different pieces there that I expect we're just going to see that continue to expand in 2016.
I like that. Now, we have purchased something to post later on Instagram. However, it's still making us log in every time before that post goes out. Have you found one that does not make you do that? Or
no, not really at this point in time.
Yeah. It's nice to at least get it planned and thought out, though. But you do have to sign in. We found with accounts before it actually posts, which is still kind of when you manage, several Instagram accounts, it's kind of not ideal, but at least it's working.
And that's all tied to Instagram's API. That's getting a little geeky now, but we use Instagram's API for some tab site stuff, and I got to say, I'm just not necessarily a fan of it. I think that with that dollars they earned from Facebook and Facebook team consulting them, they could improve their API a little bit more, and I'd be very happy in 2016.
Absolutely. I'm sure they will, especially with, the growth that they're seeing. I mean, just more and more with it. I mean, there's some video apps that'll overlay that we'll talk about. I mean, we can dive into YouTube next if you want, Mike, because I think some of the video tools that work for YouTube and just video in general will also work on what's really rocking on Instagram, which is video. And there's also some other great apps that are mentioned here in the comments. Jed mentioned Mextures and VSCO. I have not checked those two out, but I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, VSCO is new to me, so thanks for adding that in here, Jed, and bringing in and Mextures. Okay,
yeah, I'll have to check those out. Those are awesome.
There's loads of them. Yeah. Now for YouTube, I got to say that I don't necessarily use a ton of apps. But again, I've got to come back to my iPhone, and so when I'm creating, videos, and I can post those to YouTube. I'm often doing short videos on my phone, so I'm using things like Video Shop and Video Hance, Viva Video, and even a Flipagram that I can add to YouTube if I want to there. So that's a couple mobile apps. I just kind of look at my phone right now and going through those.
Yeah, yeah. I don't use a ton of apps on YouTube either. I have used Go Animate, which is an awesome app if you want to make your own animated videos. It's really cool. They have a free trial, and then they also have like a $79 a month fee, which is a lot less than you hiring somebody to animate a custom video for you. But Go Animate is huge. And then also the apps I use are really for purchasing royalty-free music, because you do need to have that royalty-free music behind it, which we use Audio Jungle, Music Scribed, and Premium Beat. Those are our 3 apps that we use there. And then I started using BombBomb, which I've mentioned a couple times in previous Magnet Marketers blabs, but BombBomb, which you can tie in some of your video that you're using, and then also YouTube with it to send out video email that's all embedded, where it's not asking them to open up another link to view your video, but it's all right within that email. It makes it look really, really nice. So BombBomb is my new favorite for 2016.
All right. And, speaking of royalty-free music, and I've mentioned this to you personally, but maybe we should put it out there to the audience, is that I think we need some music at the beginning of our blab just to get some backgrounds, to get some vibe going. So maybe if the audience has some recommendations on the type of vibe that we should put out at the beginning of these blabs, we'll take that input.
Absolutely. You can go with a little Tron soundtrack, or I don't know.
Something.
Some house music. Boom, boom. Some of my other video favorite apps that I really like, and these are new: Triller, THRILLER. If you have not tried it out, this is fun. This is a fun one. You can make your own little music videos. So you can use your own music, or you can use the music from their library and take like 4 segments of video or however much you want, and it's 30 seconds long, and you can create your own music video. It's really cool. You can change the background. So it's something fun, create those engagement, within your social channels, but just incorporating more video with it. We did a Christmas one where we did Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and it was a lot of fun, great engagement on our social media pages. So I'm really liking that Triller app. My kids actually introduced me to that one.
There you go.
The next one is Splice. Have you checked out Splice yet for editing videos?
I have not.
This one is awesome. That video I created for Christmas. I don't know if you've seen that video.
Yes,
where
I did.
I recorded just several segments of my children opening their big present, which was a trip to Disney, and wanted to have a lasting video to, for them to remember and us to save. So I took little segments of them opening their gifts, and then you're able to trim the video down how you want. You can zoom into the section that you want to feature if you wanted. You can speed up certain segments. You can add the music that you want to in the background, add text, and it's really, really, really simple. Very low tech knowledge involved to operate Splice.
Okay. Excellent.
Any others for videos that I missed? I know there's lots. Ooh, somebody's first day on Blab. Welcome, Lee Perry. Congratulations.
Just joined Blab. All right.
Nice to have you here. Congratulations. You will be addicted before you know it. Disclaimer. All right, so let's dive into Facebook. What's your favorite apps on Facebook? I know you can talk a long time on these because there's so many awesome ones.
I can, so I'd like to defer to you. Why don't you go first and start?
Oh, okay. Eeny, meeny, miny. I'm going to go with Canva because we haven't mentioned it yet, and that can be multi-purpose, but Canva, especially Canva for work, because you can create one Facebook design and then multi-purpose it with the right dimensions across the board for other apps. But Canva is one of my absolute favorites for creating that visual content that pops.
Okay. All right. Now, of course, I can start with TabSite, but I won't. I'll just mention that since I'm co-founder. But I'm going to say that one that I use on a regular basis, again, is Post Planner. And you mentioned that already. But in terms of Facebook content for posts, and I mean, they're just the bomb. I mean, they're just doing it so well. They're giving me the ideas and the tools that I'm looking for to be efficient and effective with multiple Facebook pages there. So really loving what Josh and the team at Post Planner are doing.
Yes, I love Post Planner. It's so easy and nice, and the content is awesome.
Yeah.
The suggested content and the filters in there is great. So TabSite, yes, it is an amazing Facebook app that you're very familiar with. But TabSite, if you're running Facebook contests, even though Facebook now allows you to run it, their rules have allowed you to run it via just posting a photo and having people comment and all that. That's all great, but you're not capturing the data that you need to stay in touch with these individuals. So I definitely recommend if you're doing any kind of Facebook contest, or even if you're just having people sign up for your email campaigns or running any kind of social media contest, TabSite is quick, it's easy, and it allows you to capture all the data, and it's really simple for teams to use. It also allows you to do sweepstakes contests, which are really effective. We've had great success with running sweepstakes contests for our clients using TabSite, and it is just amazing what you guys have built with TabSite. So that's definitely one of my favorites.
Yep, I think we just try to make it simple for people with lead capture and engagement with the contest to provide that type of tool. So another one that's related that I'll mention and that is Agorapulse. I've talked about them with Twitter, but Agorapulse is really come a long way. We compete with them a little bit in that competition space on Facebook, but they have went and kind of built in the Sprout Social Hootsuite type piece there. So monitoring, scheduling, and I think they've just done a knock-up job with their iPhone app. And so I use that for monitoring, just keeps me aware of alerts. Somebody's posting on a Facebook page for us, for a client, and so that we can monitor that and immediately know what that is. So really like Agorapulse.
Yeah, they have done a great job with their app as well. I've heard great things. I've not ran a contest on Agorapulse, but I've heard great things about them. I also love Tyler Anderson's app, Scoreboard Social. I don't know if any of you have used it here, but it's a great tool for your clients that are show me the ROI if you're managing multiple social media pages, or how are we performing against this competitor or that competitor. It really gives you those advanced insights into your Facebook pages and allows you to compare yourself against multiple competitors if you want, or just have your pages compared to other pages. But Scoreboard Social allows you to do that. I know Facebook does have where you can watch pages, but it notifies them that you're watching them. This notify people that you're watching them. So it's a great tool. And we've had good success and our clients love it. And we're also, we're just able to show them, here's how you're performing against, similar companies, and show them that feedback.
Yeah, well, and the key for me with client information there is that it's just easy to generate a monthly report. So they make it super simple to get that set up. And I mean, we're always looking for efficiencies, and they're giving a client kind of that key information, that base level that they're looking for to see what's happening, how are we performing, what were the results last month, and what's happening. So that I definitely use it all the time for client work.
Yes, and I love Power Editor to manage Facebook ads. So if you're managing Facebook ads, use their Power Editor there, where you can really get detailed into your targeting. You can get detailed into your reports, and it just makes it a lot easier to set up repeat ads. You can go in there, set multiple ads to run at the same time, change out on the times that you're managing them, and there's just a lot that it could be its own blab session just on Power Editor.
Yep, and I got to mention that I like the Facebook Ads iOS app again. So that just enables me to keep watch over things on the go. And, so I can tell if an ad, hey, it was approved, it's going. I can see performance. I can turn an ad off. So I like the Facebook Ads app for that. Just gives me quick access on the go. And, again, I went back to this in the Twitter one, but Buffer is important for me in Facebook as well.
Yeah, that one is great. I used to use Klout, but I haven't heard really anything about it in a long time. But I used to use that quite a bit.
What was it called?
Klout.
Okay.
For Facebook, like content, curated content, but you really don't hear that much about it anymore. I haven't really logged in, but I just seen it when I got a new iPhone and I downloaded, all the apps that you had from before. And Klout came up. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Yep, yep, yep.
Any other for Facebook?
I am gonna think. Well, I mean, if you're using, you should have the Pages app. I mean, if you're on an iPhone,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
Android device, the Pages app is just important to be able to do all the functions. I mean, you can add an admin to the page and schedule posts, monitor things there. So I think that's a good one.
Yeah, there's two others that I actually forgot to put on my list here, but I want to put them on here. They're Infogram and PicMonkey. So instead of creating for PicMonkey, for example, instead of uploading like 12 different photos of maybe an event or something that you've been to, you can create a collage that just looks a lot nicer and cleaner and tell the story through one image. And you can make it, the right Facebook dimensions to pop out, but use PicMonkey to create those awesome collages to stand out. And Infogram allows you to create infographics. Right there, they give you a lot of tools to be able to create your own infographics for very low cost.
Yep.
And Unsplash, have you checked out? There's a couple new sites allow you to use stock photography for free. That is awesome. And some of these photos.
Okay.
And Unsplash is my new favorite. So it's all these. Yeah. Have you seen it yet?
Not that one, no.
Yeah, if you click on this link, it's all just custom photography and there's groupings. So for different styles, and they're in beta right now, but you can go on and just get as many photos as you want. So what I do is I go there on my phone and I just download a bunch of the photos that I know would be great background photos to use for like word swag, or to use in the collages or whatever that we're creating. And that way you always have them on the go for when you want to post something and maybe it's just text, but you want to add that extra oomph to have it stand out. Unsplash is a great place to get those free stock photos.
Nice, awesome. Nice. All right. Last thing I'll mention then, I guess, came back to me, Visme. Visme.co.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
A tool that I recently did a Tech Talk blog post on my site about, and it's kind of new. It's a newer player, and kind of fits in that Canva realm. But a lot of tools, a lot of possibilities there to help you create, great visuals, customize those. More than just Facebook, but you can create great Facebook images. You can create infographics. You can create presentations, and they allow you to do that with a super slick interface and a number of features there. So just in that whole image realm, when you're trying to create graphics and you want to edit those, Visme.co is
That's what I was going to ask, the name again. Can you type that in the side here,
Mike? I got it. Yep, it's coming.
Awesome. I have not heard of that one. That sounds really cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's CO. I just did a typo.
That throws me off when they have those custom headings.
Wow, and I had like 4 W's in there too, so that one was way off. Visme.co. All right.
That is really cool. I'll have to check that one out.
And they'd given me, let's see, there was a question there about it. Do I use the paid version? They'd given me a paid version for doing the demo for my review, so I did have that for a period of time, but I've also seen that the free version is pretty robust as well.
Cool. What about LinkedIn? What's one of your favorite apps for LinkedIn?
I like the new LinkedIn Publisher app on the iPhone, so that's kind of one of the main key one I use there. I will say as well that for clients and for some of the work that we're trying to get some information out onto their Google Plus pages, that I do use Buffer and Hootsuite for those as well. So the tying into LinkedIn for, and I said Google Plus pages, but I meant getting information to LinkedIn pages.
Very cool. I love SlideShare. So SlideShare is amazing to tie in to your LinkedIn pages and just tell that story through slides. And it's a great way of getting in front of others. So, and just host your presentations there. But I recommend, like, if you go to a conference or something, take notes, what you've learned from each session, create a SlideShare on it and put it up, and you're going to get a lot of traffic to your website and to your LinkedIn page. SlideShare does a great job of featuring people that have, just taken some extra time out and created a slide. and make it stand out, and they'll feature you, and then you'll get thousands of hits just on that SlideShare presentation. We've also done it for like quick tips, do this, don't do that, and added that on SlideShare and link that into our company page, which has really helped boost that LinkedIn traffic. So big fan of SlideShare.
Excellent.
Do you use Pulse as well?
I do.
On LinkedIn? Love Pulse for curating content.
Yep.
And I'm going to put the link here, but Pulse kind of integrates in now just with your LinkedIn in general, but it's a great way to create and curate content right within the app itself.
Yep.
And then Lynda for trainings. Lynda, which has also been acquired by LinkedIn, but we use Lynda even before just to get trainings. Like if you want to, teach yourself Photoshop, you can go to Lynda and learn from certified trainers how to do that. I know there's some others that are, Udemy and some of the others that are, kind of competitors to Lynda, but I've just been a long time Lynda subscriber and really love their platform.
Right. Yeah. And there was a question here.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
Well, there was a question there about the Facebook Messenger app, and not specific necessarily to Facebook, but you've seen Messenger growing. I mean, it's one of the top 5 apps now in the iTunes store for downloads, and I think what you saw in 2015 was Facebook making a case that they're just going to continue to expand the role and the features of Messenger. And I use it all the time. I mean that's a primary communication tool that I have within, for you and I, Jessica, for instance. And I think that you're going to continue to see that. They're talking about, they've opened it up to developers so that there's going to be some more, kind of business case uses. They're thinking business, and they're trying to tie that into your pages more. The whole security, quote unquote issue, I think was kind of a blown up flap. It talked about taking all your information. It took what information that it needed to use the app well. So it would prompt you to, can we access your contacts, because you need to have your contacts in there for easy access. Can we access your video? Not that it's taking video of you, but so that when you're in the app, you can take video. So there was a kind of a flap about that, promoting it out there, that I think was, far blown. It was the features that you needed to utilize the best features of the app itself. And I think it's going to grow in importance this year.
I love Messenger. I mean, I send that messages through Facebook often than I do text, even just using Messenger. And if you don't have somebody's phone number, you can quickly call them via the Messenger app, which is amazing. You can get notified, when they're reading it. I mean, there's just so much you can do. And then with the business side of messaging is just a whole other ball game. You can set up those custom replies when you're going to be out of the office. You can send the custom message as soon as they send a message back to let you know that you've heard them. I mean, there's so much you can do with the messaging apps and with your business page, just your business page in general, which is huge. Love it. The welcome message on there, I love it. I think we've only just touched the surface, like you said, of what we're going to do. I know some universities, this was like a couple when they rolled out, they stopped, subscribing email addresses, and they were just using people's Facebook pages and then their Facebook email address, which is huge.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think Facebook we could talk all day on. Any others for LinkedIn? No?
I don't think so for myself, no.
Okay. Well, we're already at 4:35. Do you have to go, or can we keep going just and cover Pinterest real quick?
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay, cool. Great. All right. So favorite app for Pinterest?
I got to say that I don't use too much more than the Pinterest iOS app. And so I will use that. I was trying to think if not too much else at this point in time. How about yourself?
So I've used a couple on Pinterest, and I'll put the links right in here. I mean, I'm not a huge one either with that, but I've used Pinwords, kind of similar to WordSwag, but it's right on Pinterest.
Yep.
So I'll put this link in here, and that's a nice app to be able to, pin there, just a word. I love the viral tag where you can schedule your Pinterest posts. I'll put the link in here to that. And also see the results with your Pinterest analytics a little bit more in depth than Pinterest provides. Tailwind's another good one. I see Jed mentioned here. That's great. And Buffer. I've not used Buffer for Pinterest, but I'd have to check that out. But you can schedule your pins there, but honestly, I'm just loving the buy pins, where the new thing that Pinterest has where you can like we work with a clothing store, JR4, that is a boutique online clothing shop. And now we're taking pictures of, the full complete look, but then we can do the buy pins where you can see just, the shirt and click the shirt to get that direct link to the website, or the bottoms or the scarf, and just some of the things that are already embedded right within Pinterest that they're allowing you to do. I really don't have to use too many other apps for their platform itself.
Yep. No, it's a good list. I have used Tailwind and found that to be valuable when I did use it. I've used Pinwords and that also as well. I haven't really tried it within Buffer. I see that, but it just haven't had the need to kind of dive that direction yet.
Yeah. What about for team communication? You as a team, as you have multiple team members that are working on social media apps, what do you use for team communication? Because I'm asking this because I've seen somebody mention Slack on the side. I've heard a lot of feedback and a lot of hype around Slack recently. I've not tried it out, but Slack, Jed says, with exclamation points. But I've heard a lot of good things about it. What do you use?
Okay. I got to say that we mostly use Hangouts, Google Hangouts, and the chat feature there. So, within Chrome, within Firefox, and again, the mobile phone app. So Hangouts, and I have heard of Slack and looked at that, but haven't used that one myself too much.
We use Podio, Todoist, and Trello kind of all linked together. So Podio for the project management, Todoist to schedule and repeat things that are to do, hence the name Todoist. And we use that together. And then Trello to plan out all of our themes for the month, our blogs, which we link in like Google apps and Google Business apps with the Google Drive links and whatever our content's planned. But we use Trello to kind of plan out all the bullet boards and link it in with Podio and Todoist. So it all kind of syncs together from one step to another. And I hear that Slack is very similar, but I just haven't checked that out yet. I'll have to check it out. I think we mentioned a lot of the social scheduling and monitoring ones. Just to regroup on that, we talked about Post Planner.
Yep.
We talked about Hootsuite, Sprout Social. We also use HubSpot. It's not really created for that, but I really do love HubSpot. And Buffer. Any others that we missed?
There's multiple ones out there. Those are the key ones that I use. And you said you like Sprout Social as well. That's a key one for you?
Yeah. I honestly love Hootsuite's platform more. The only reason I have not switched all is because of the reports that Sprout Social provides. It's all the reports that they provide. That's the whole reason we're sold there. But if you don't mind, the look of the Hootsuite reporting, I would say use that because it's a lot easier to monitor and manage there. And I'm sorry, Sarah from Sprout, if you're watching this, but I do like Hootsuite a lot with their interface and how they can manage conversations back and forth. Okay. And then my last app to mention is Yext. I talked about this a little bit with the local SEO conversation last week if you were on, but Yext is my favorite app for local SEO. Not that we're diving into that, but it ties into your social media pages as well. and it allows you to claim all your profiles in one spot. It allows you to monitor your social mentions there, and allows you to monitor all of the local directory listings right within one platform. So Yext is definitely a favorite of mine for 2016, continuing from 2015.
Now, are you familiar with Moz Local?
Yes.
Okay. So Moz Local lets you do your directory listings, but you're saying that Yext goes a step further than with the social mentions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And you can tie in your analytics with it. You can put custom designs. And I don't know, I haven't used Moz recently for the directory listings, but Yext allows you to customize your images, what videos are playing on specific directory listings, and you just put your information in once and it'll claim everything within 24 to 48 hours. It also lets you know about new ones that come up where you can easily claim it. You can put different messages, or calls to actions on different directory listings, tie in your YouTube, your Facebook, and gives you the Facebook alerts if you've been reviewed there, or any of the others like Yelp, Urban Spoon, any of those apps as well.
Now, do you know anything about where price points start at?
Price points start at around $400 a year. That's for one location. The downside to it is if you have a business that has multiple locations, it does cost per each building. You can do a monthly option as well, which is right around $40 a month. So you can go monthly or pay annual for that subscription. It just depends who you get it through to. Some people charge a little bit more for managing it, or you can go directly through Yext and go through, the training there to get it set up.
Excellent.
I see a couple questions here. I am looking for an app that can tell me who my most active commenters and likers are on Facebook. So Communit will also integrate with Facebook and let you know that as well. It also does like that fan of the week thing, and direct comment to people thank you for being my most engaged person during this time. So Communit allows you to do that, and that is COMMUN.IT. Jed?
Yep, that's probably be my recommendation as well.
Mm-hmm. And then the other question is, what do you think of the Facebook Messenger app for phones? Is there still security? Okay, you already kind of answered that one.
Yep.
Facebook. Okay. Great. Yes, Communit works on Facebook, Jen. It's not your personal page, it's your business page. Actually, it does work on your personal page too. I was able to link it in. It's their Business Plus plan. So there's different levels of Communit. There's Communit Basic, their business, regular business plan, and their Business Plus plan. It is a little pricey, but it does work.
Okay. So. Last one, just a fun app. I have a fun app recommendation that I've enjoyed, and that is TimeHop.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
On mobile, and just the ability to bring up, and it goes back the year before, 2 years before, 3 years before, 5 years before, and it'll show you pictures, what you posted. You can integrate with multiple social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, the mix there, and so it'll bring in different pieces there, and that's just kind of a nice, fun historical tool.
I like the new one where you can share photos. What is it? Mentions? Not mentions. What is it? The one we shared from a different event where it captures all the photos that you share, and then you can slide across Facebook, or you can turn it into a video.
Yeah, Moments from Facebook.
Moments. There we go. I wanted to say mentions for whatever reason, but Moments, Facebook Moments, which is new. It's an app. You can aggregate all your photos from an event or, just photos that you have in a gallery, and you can share them with your friends on Facebook. So instead of having to tag them individually one by one on your photos, you can share with multiple people all the photos that you've taken at an event, and send it that way. You can also turn it into a video, which is really cool. Add music behind the intro in, and it creates a fun little video. So I really love that one. My mindless indulgent apps though are Dub Smash.
Okay.
with my kids. Love Dub Smash, and I love Crazy Helium.
Crazy Helium. All right, now so I have to take a look at that one.
Your kids will love it.
Okay.
Just trust me. So those are my two fun apps.
All right, very good.
All right.
So
that is a wrap. That's a lot of apps that we just shared.
Yes.
Well, if you guys have any questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But if you have questions, please feel free to put them on the side. I'm going to tell you guys about our next Blab session that will be with the lovely Donna Gillard next week. Hello, Donna. I see you
this year. Yes.
Yeah, so we will be back here talking about training for your teams, the importance of ongoing training and, investing in your teams. I'm going to pull up the link here. As I do, Mike, any finishing thoughts?
I think that you need to try a new app every week, and you got to stay on top of these things. We are just kind of scratching the surface. There's loads of them there, and don't be overwhelmed by them. You got to find what works, but there's different pieces from all of those that can be of value, and so you need to be eclectic in the app realm. Yep. And you use a bunch. So I appreciate everybody being with us today.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. I put the link to the next Blab. It'll be here next Tuesday at 4 p.m. And as always, we thank you guys for joining us on This Week Magnet Marketers. Have a great rest of your week.
Take care.
Bye.